My fifth OCD beating tip is to fight compulsions, not obsessions. This can seem a little counterintuitive at first because we often think it's the obsession that leads to the compulsion, but research shows it's the other way around. And it's going to help you tremendously on your journey of overcoming OCD if you focus not on the obsessions and the anxieties, but on the compulsive behaviors. So the actions you're taking to feel safe. Right? When we take action to feel safe, when we respond to an anxious thought from our brain, that tells our brain, hey, that thing's important, that thing's dangerous. Please remind me of it again. Because your brain really wants to help you. So if you respond to something and label that as dangerous or important, your brain is going to keep asking you, hey, is that thing you don't want to have happening right now? It's going to just keep doing that. And the more you respond to anxiety and try to control anxiety throughout your life, the more your brain is going to worry about anxiety. Because again, you're telling your brain, hey, worrying about anxiety is really important. So what happens is when you stop responding to anxiety, when you stop trying to control anxiety, your brain will quit throwing those thoughts at you. It doesn't happen instantly. And at first, your brain is going to panic because it thinks that you're doing something that's going to get you killed. But over time, it's going to see when you just accept that anxiety, accept that the things you're worried about can happen, and your brain sees you don't react to it, then it's going to quit throwing those thoughts at you. Because not only is your brain incredibly helpful, and it wants to help you, and it really likes you, the other thing is that it's really lazy. So your brain loves to save energy. So if you quit reacting to thoughts, it's not going to throw them at you. It's going to focus on something else. And over time, the something else's that it focuses on, you're going to find are actually really positive. And this can seem very strange and surprising. I know when I was deep in my OCD and struggling with it, I could not have imagined there was any other way to think. But it's quite astounding now when I interact with all sorts of things that in the past used to spark tons of anxious thoughts in my brain, and they just don't happen now. Because if they did happen, that would be fine. I could accept that and not respond to it because I have that tool set that I can use now. But it's amazing how my brain, it just doesn't get anxious in all the situations it used to. So that's tip number 5. It could sound really counterintuitive, but you need to focus on the actions, not on the obsessions. Now, I know a lot of people will often talk to me about something called pure O. And so it's OCD. People will say, oh no, I don't have any compulsions, I only have obsessions. This comes up a lot, it's discussed a lot, it's not officially recognized in the DSM as a disorder. I assure you that if you think your OCD is predominantly made up of obsessions, there's actually a really good chance that you're doing lots of things in your life that you don't think are compulsions, but are actually perpetuating your OCD and exacerbating it. So often, and this is why this is a really important tip, often the things we're doing that are perpetuating our anxiety disorders, we think we need. And we think they're good and they make us feel safe. But they're actually the thing that's robbing you of your long-term health and success. So I'm going to pick up on this a bit more in tip number 6, which is on Stockholm Syndrome. So check out tip number 6. It should be off on the side somewhere. So that's it. So tip number 5, fight compulsions, not obsessions. And check out tip number 6, don't get Stockholm Syndrome.